In this probono.com story, a kind-hearted, community-minded animal lover from Marshall County, Mississippi, starts rescuing dogs when her husband passes away. 4 years later, it's become a full-blown operation that needs your help and support.
Yeah, I can do that. I may cry. So there's a post on our there's a post on Facebook that I copied and pasted from someone else, and it talks about taking a dog to the euthanasia room, and the dog's wagging its tail because it doesn't know where it's going, and it's so happy to be going where it's going because it thinks something great's going to happen, and then its life is ended. Whew. We are a no-kill shelter, and will remain that way. We have people all the time tell us, well, that dog's not adoptable. You need to euthanize it. There is no way that Luann and I are ever going to make that decision. Unfortunately, there are some health problems that we've had to occasionally, but that is not something we take lightly. Nor will I put a dog down and leave it there by itself. We need help to keep dogs out of shelters like that, because if we can't take dogs, they go to these shelters that euthanize. So we really need help in fostering and adoptions so that we can save more dogs from being euthanized at other places. I am Anita Barnett. I'm born and raised in Holly Springs, Mississippi, and this is home for me. I am a retail shop owner, but on the side I have a dog rescue specifically, and we take in dogs. We're located in one of the poorest counties in Mississippi, and so we have an endless supply of dogs being dumped on gravel roads. They're generally in bad health. They need to be spayed or neutered. They're heartworm positive a lot of times. Many have been run over and have other medical issues. So I've been doing this about 4 years. At first I was just doing it at home, and it ended up that I had so many dogs at my house it was overwhelming. So we decided to start a 501c3. This all kind of started because I lost my husband about 6 years ago to a cluster of autoimmune diseases, and had to make a decision to take him off life support. 6 months before that, I made the decision to bring my mother home from the hospital because she was at end of life as well. So all of a sudden, I just had the urge that I needed to save something. My daughters brought home a German Shepherd puppy from out of the pasture that was so weak it could not walk. They had to pick it up and bring it home. And that just kind of snowballed into what we are now, where we have over 120 dogs right now. We have a shelter that we bought year before last, in 2022. So we have about 36 dogs right now at the shelter. We have indoor kennels, a few outdoor kennels. We have play yards and outdoor runs for cleaning, where we put them when we clean their kennels. I personally have about 34 dogs at my house right now. My partner in the shelter, Luann Tomlinson, has about 50. We have a hard time saying no. We went to high school together, and we have always rescued dogs. I know when I married, I tell my husband for every deer he killed, because he was an avid deer hunter, that I was going to rescue at least one dog. Most of our dogs, I'm guessing probably 80%, are dumped. Like I said, poorest county, and one of the poorest counties in the state. So when people either get tired of their animals or they can no longer afford them, they just pull over on a gravel road and throw them out. And it's so sad, because I've come up on it before, and the dogs are just standing there watching the cars run off or pull off, and they're waiting on them to come back. And the dogs a lot of times will stay there for days. They won't move, they'll stay in the same spot, and we start getting the calls that, hey, either can you go get this dog, or we picked a dog up. And that's really where most of them come from. We have very few surrenders, although we have had a couple tied to something at the shelter when we get there in the mornings. But that's really where most of them come from. We also get a lot of pregnant mothers and a lot of puppies right now. Toby was actually tied up at outside the shelter when we got there one day. He is the greatest dog, very loving. He knows a lot of commands. He is very high energy though, because he's blue heeler, and the couple had left a note and said they just were older and they could not take care of him anymore. He was too much for them. Toby was taken in by foster. Unfortunately, he was only there for about 24 hours. However, the fosters had just lost a dog the week before, and they had another dog. The other dog they had kind of became physically ill and was hiding under the bed and wouldn't come out, was not happy that Toby was there. They had rave reviews for Toby. They have loved him. They wanted to keep him, but they just couldn't do that to their other dogs. So they brought him back. But since then, and that was like 3 days ago, they have been back to visit him, and they will continue to come back and visit him. And they're hoping with a little time, their dog will be ready to accept another dog in their home. Blanche came to us. I got a call one Sunday afternoon from a couple that had been riding ATVs out on a gravel road again, and they said they had this litter of puppies that somebody had dumped. So I took Blanc in along with her siblings. They were Malinois mixes for the most part, and we've had them now for over a year. They're all waiting for their forever homes. They have grown up in the kennels and they're ready to be out. They are all very loving. Blanche is just a sweetheart. She's one of my favorites down there, and she's got a great personality. She gets along with other dogs. She gets along with children, and she's just looking for somebody to come take her home and give her love for the rest of her life. Dakota came to us from, I believe, a gravel road too. I'm actually not 100% sure on that because we have had him for a while and it tends to run together at some point. But Dakota, when we first got, we thought was dog aggressive because he did not get along with the dogs in the kennels next to him. And we tried a play group with him several times and it just did not work out. But we've come to learn that he is not dog selective. He's only dog selective, not aggressive. And he now has a play group. He goes out with 3 other dogs. They're all females, so he's kind of the ladies' man. But he's a very sweet dog, very loving, and he's been there well over a year as well. So he desperately needs out, looking for a home, and it's just hard to find. So we are a 501c3, which means donations are tax deductible. There are so many ways to help. We need volunteers. We need volunteers just to come in and wash bowls someday, to let the dogs in and out of the kennels while they're cleaned. We need people that will come walk dogs. If you're a runner, come get a dog and run with it for the day. We have wish list on Chewy. We have wish list on Walmart. So you can always help donate by sending dog food. Our local vet is Willowbend. You can always pay on our bill because I'm sure they would appreciate it as much as we would. They've been very good to us. We take donations cash. We have a Venmo and PayPal account as well as Cash App, so you can donate through there. We also have a donate button on our website, so there are lots and lots of ways to donate. Another thing we need desperately are fosters. We are at a point right now where we cannot take any more dogs. We are absolutely over capacity. We should not have quite as many as we have, but we have a hard time saying no. But everybody is well taken care of and vetted, so we are doing what we need to do with them, but we just can't take any more because we're so full. And that's where the community comes in. We need fosters. If you could take a dog in for anywhere from 2 weeks to 2 months, we just need people to help us with fostering. That way we can keep taking dogs in. And I know people want to buy specific dogs for specific reasons, but on the flip side, if you're not looking for one of those hunting dogs or something like that, give our little dogs a chance. They give just as much love as a pedigree dog, and they may even give more love because they're more grateful to finally have a home and be out of the shelter. So this is Rosco, and he was dumped at a local county facility recently. And one of the girls called me and she goes, "Oh my gosh, he's so sweet, but I just can't take him this week. I can't do it." I have, 13 puppies at my house right now, and Luann's actually bottle feeding 8 cane corsos that are less than a week old because their mother got sick. So anyway, we're overloaded in puppies, and Rosco is one of the cutest little fellas right now, and he's looking for his forever home. He's about 8 weeks old. He's had his first round of shots. He's going to be a big boy looking at his feet. So if you're looking for a little bitty lap dog, Rosco's not for you. But he's playful, lots of energy. He loves to follow the big dogs and try to be one of them. And as you can see, he's very active. Say hey, Rosco.
As of the time of publication, Anita informed us that Rosco had found what's hopefully his forever home. Next time on Abandoned to Adored by ProBono.com, Elvis and Priscilla are transported to their forever homes up north on a 24-hour drive, but not everyone is on board with the idea.
I know it's what's best for them because I can't keep them all.
Like us on Facebook so you can witness this and other stories in which everyday people receive creative resources from ProBono.com to help spread the message about their worthy cause.